Hello there, this is Big Bro, and we're back again with the UFC 306 preview, and now we'll be talking about Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 3. And I don't know why people aren't talking about this fight as much as I thought they would, because this is the fight I'm actually most excited for on this card, even though I feel the Sugar and Murat fight is also exciting. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they aren't a lot of. I haven't been around for a lot of trilogies in the UFC, especially female trilogies. But I'm super excited for this fight because I felt like Grasso won the first fight. My opinion, Val won the second fight. I don't know what the judge Mike Bell saw in the fifth round to give it a 10-8. Because everything else his scorecard other than that I agreed with. Like I had round one for Val, round two for Grasso, round three for Val, and I think round four for Val too. And I had a winning, but then I think he then said 10-8 for round five for Alexa, which I didn't understand at all. But nevertheless, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the fight. This is gonna be a super interesting fight for me because Grasso, like, she shocked me when she choked out Valentina. I did not see that coming. Like everyone else, nobody saw that coming because Val was on the top of the game. Not that she was like still dominating everyone as like she was before. Because before that fight, she fought, if I'm not mistaken, Thiago Santos, who actually went to the PFL. But in that fight, Thiago, I felt did do a bit, like somewhat enough for where I wouldn't have been mad if Thiago won that fight. But nevertheless, with the Grasso Shevchenko 2 fight, I thought Valentina won that fight actually. So I feel like this third fight is gonna say a lot for where Val is going in her career, but also how far Grasso could probably go. Because I feel like Grasso is one of those fighters who gets better with each fight. I think who said this? Teddy Atlas. He said this one. He said this once that once you win a title, you get 30% better, and I feel like that did happen with Grasso. From the first fight to against Val to the second fight, you saw slight improvements in her game. But nevertheless, let's get into the pointers that I feel will be important into in each of them winning, as well as their stats and how they have been operating as of late. Starting off we'll start with a champion as usual, Alexa. And let's see, so the odds are actually closer than I saw them last night. Was it last night or the day before when I saw the odds, where I felt like Grasso was a bit of a higher favorite than I thought she should be, but now it's a bit closer. It's 112, 108 to Grasso, making her a slight favorite, but also acknowledging how close this fight is. Alexa's record is 16 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. The draw is actually a loss, but nobody cares because in actuality, on her record, it's a win. She has 4 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission, and she has 5 first-round finishes. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Let's see her stats. Okay, let's see her stats. So when it comes to striking accuracy, she has attempted 1,963 strikes and she's landed 846, giving her 43% strike accuracy, which is actually kind of good. A takedown accuracy, she's attempt. I have to check what that means because this doesn't tell a lot for me in that sense. But a takedown accuracy is 45%. Whereas when it comes to the amount of strikes she's landed and the strikes she's absorbed, she's landed 4.67. She lands 4.67 strikes per minute, which is actually pretty decent, and she absorbs 3.95. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not terrible, anything like that. But she does get hit. Her takedown average per 15 minutes is 0.41, so it's not a lot like that. Her submission average per 15 minutes is 0.58, which is damn near the same as the takedown average, but a little bit higher. When it comes to a significant strike defense, it's at 59%, which is, yeah, it's always better to have a bit of a higher strike defense, because you don't want to get hit a lot, of course. But also her takedown defense is also 59%. So she knows how to stop takedowns, which I think will play a part in this fight, a very big part in this fight. Her knockdown average is 0.08, which is actually the same as Marab, if I'm not mistaken. But also the average fight time is 15 minutes. That's not actually that surprising. When it comes to female fighters, you won't see a lot of knockouts like that. I don't know why. It's just how it is, I guess. When it comes to her significant strikes per position, she prefers to get, so she doesn't prefer, but 80% of her strikes are from standing or are from the standing position, 16% are from the clinch, and 3% are from the ground, which is okay. Not surprising that much. Not surprised because she doesn't have a high takedown accuracy, not high takedown accuracy. She doesn't get a lot of takedowns that much. When she comes to her targeting of her strikes, she tends to choose the head, meaning that her percentage is 62% to the head, 20% to the body, and 18% to the legs, which is kind of like Sean's, a bit of a, not gonna say a headhunter, but a person who targets the head mostly. When it comes to her win method, she is 25% by KO TKO, 63% by decision, and 13% by submission. Also, as I stated before, 4 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission, and 5 first-round finishes. Okay, so yeah, okay. Her last three fights have been against. So the last fight was against Shevchenko, which she got a split decision. So it was a split decision draw. The fight before that was against Val 2 for the title. The first time they fought, which she got a rear naked choke on, that blew my mind. And the fight before that was against, I can't say that name, Arujo. I apologize if I said that wrong. Nonetheless, so it shows that she doesn't say a lot that much, like in that way, but it just shows that from what I saw last night in her fight, I think she might have to rely a lot on her boxing, and she might also try to mix in some of her takedowns and some of her some more submission attempts. Because I feel like with Val, because she's such a confident striker, you want to keep it mixed up. You don't want to like stick to the striking, because if you stick to the striking with Val, there's a high potential she could piece you up from there. And she did. And excuse me, please me, yeah. I feel that with Val, you don't want to play into her game too much, and her game is striking at the end of the day. Now going to Shevchenko. Excuse me. Her record is kind of good. 23 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. And she has 8 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission, and she has 6 first-round finishes. Let's go into her stats. She has 53% striking accuracy, meaning that she has attempted 1,793 strikes, and she's landed 942 of those strikes. So that's pretty damn accurate, if you ask me. When it comes to a takedown accuracy, she has 64%, which is, I think that's going to be a pivotal part in this fight. That's going to make a huge difference probably for her actually. When it comes to amount of strikes she lands per minute, it's 3.28. Not too high, not too low, just right there. When it comes to the strikes she absorbs per minute, she only absorbs 2.11. That's pretty low. That's pretty good. When it comes to a takedown average per 15 minutes, it's 2.56. When it comes to a submission average per 15 minutes, it's 0.37. Granted, I feel that because Val has been fighting the UFC a bit longer than Grasso, maybe, I'm not sure. I have to check that out. Her stats might be a bit elevated, or I want to answer because she's had more fights, she has more data to account for. So I think that makes a bit of a difference. When it comes to significant strike defense, she has a 63% strike defense and a takedown defense of 71%. That's pretty high. When it comes to a knockdown average, it's 0.05, and when it comes to average fight time, it's basically 18 minutes. It's 17 minutes and 57 seconds. So that's like you get me. You get what that means. So when it comes to where she targets her strikes by position, standing, that's the majority of them. So that's 70%. When it comes to the clinch, it's 9%, and when it comes to the ground, it's 20%. Another thing that's going to play a part in my opinion. When it comes to a targeting, I thought that was 85 for a second there. When it comes to targeting, so she targets 65% of her shots to the head, 13% to the body, and 21% to the leg. Okay, so it's like Alexa, she kind of a headhunter, kind of. Because if you watch Val, she goes low with the leg kicks. She does come up with the body kicks. When she's trying to set up something, you will see like how she's targeting her, the person's body. Like I said before, I didn't say this before actually, I'm lying. When it comes to a win method, 35% of her wins have been by KO or TKO, another 35% by decision, and a 30% by submission. So it's kind of balanced out for her. So it's balanced out well actually. I like that. I like it when a person's able to win in various areas. Okay. Athlete records, of course. Last two fights have been against Grasso, and before that, as I mentioned, the last fight was against Santos, which was a split decision. Close fight, close fight. Now, let's get to the pointers for each of them that I feel are going to be like key things for them. Well, for us, I'd like to see and decide how this fight will go while watching it. So starting with Grasso, because he's the champ again. Another thing, like watching the fight last night, I think one thing I feel will be super important is if Grasso pumps that jab, because it looked more effective and more damaging than Val's in the fight. So I think that would be very important. Don't let Val get in a rhythm where she's comfortable with throwing her punches because she knows nothing's coming back to her. But also, I really like to see if Alexa builds combos off the jab just so she could push Val back. Because another thing that I forgot that happened in that fight, that Grasso knocked Val down with a vicious, I think it was a left hook, because she came in with a combination, but Val didn't see the last punch that came from Grasso and it dropped her. Like she went tumbling backwards, and I was like, damn, I completely forgot about that. So I think like Grasso has sneaky power, sneaky power. There's that power where like you feel it immediately, but there's also that power where if you slip, if you make a mistake, it's over. Like it's the beginning of the end. And I think Grasso has that type of power where you cannot make like mistakes like that, because she is slick on the ground, she's slick on the feet, meaning that she's able, if she sees that, okay, I got you, I knocked you down, she can, like how she capitalized on Val's mistake in the first fight where Val, if I'm not mistaken, was going for like a spinning back kick and Grasso just jumped on her back and choked out. I think Grasso's gonna have to be just like that a bit, where everything she's all her punching or kicking, everything is gonna be a way to build up to something more. Not just one punch, one kick. I want it to be better if like she builds off all of her attacks in a sense. Just to also keep Val on the back foot, you know. Another thing I saw that when Val throws like a single punch or a kick, whatever, I would like to see if Grasso, like she counters with combos, so that she does what she did in the last fight, because it wasn't just one punch that knocked down Val. It was the last punch of a combination. So it will be important for Grasso, you know, to not only keep Valentina on the back foot, because I don't think Val is the best fighter when she's coming. I don't think Val is I don't think Valentina's striking is at its best when she's moving backwards. I feel like she's always in a better position when she's fighting backwards. So if Grasso can just build off those combos and keep her moving backwards and then throw with combos, I think that'll help her a bit. I think that'll work a bit in her favor. Granted, nevertheless, you get what I'm saying basically. Also, another thing I saw in the last fight that was kind of interesting, Grasso is damaging in the clinch. Like after that knockdown where Val went rolling like a tumbleweed, Grasso got deadly in the clinch with knees and elbows, and that you saw that kind of wobbled or shook Valentina a bit, because she didn't want to exchange in the clinch as much after that. So I feel that will be an important aspect of the fight, but also I think that will also be an important fight for Valentina. But I'll get to that. Yeah, so basically using the boxing to get in the clinch and to get busy in there. excuse me. Gotta have the agua. So basically, Grasso's boxing is gonna be very, very important for this fight. Not only just for because it's her base, but also just so she can use it to build off of the other things she wants to do. I think that will be integral in this fight. Not to just let Val counter you. You have to keep Val on the back foot where she's not comfortable with her striking, not comfortable enough to do what she wants to do with you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's in any fight. You don't want anyone getting comfortable enough to start doing the things they want to do to you. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to Valentina and her points for that I thought were were important. Were important. I feel like because Grasso actually is a bit of a boxer type. And she's I feel it'll be very important for Valentina to use long attacks, meaning that she's gonna have to use long attacks to keep Grasso from feeling comfortable when entering the void. The void meaning the space between the outside and inside. And that for that, I think she would have to be using like a 1-2, which I felt was very effective in the last fight, as well as the body kick. Like I saw, I think this was when Valentina was in southpaw, meaning that meaning if you don't know this, I don't know why I don't know this. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Meaning that when she had her right leg in front, she was damaging Grasso's body with her body kick. Her body kick. She constantly threw, especially in the first round. If you watch that, she was attacking that body. So I feel that would be important if she uses like body kicks as well as teep kicks, as well as calf kicks, just to slow her down so that she doesn't come in like she's not as explosive when coming in the later rounds or anything like that. Another thing I feel like, as I was saying, take away Grasso's boxing base with leg kicks, body kicks, and maybe vary up those kicks just so you can set up that crazy head kick she pulled against just Penny. I think it's just Penny. So I feel like it'll be super important for Valentina to vary up her striking game, her striking arsenal, because she's a great kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter. So she knows what to do in the striking department. So I feel it'll be super important for her to vary it up just so she can get Grasso thinking more about where is she gonna hit me. Is this kick coming to the body? Is this kick coming to the leg? And sooner or later, if she makes a mistake, Valentina comes with that head kick. You know what I'm saying. Another thing, when it comes to the wrestling department, I think that because Valentina seems a bit stronger because she's able to control her for longer durations of the time. In the second fight, I think it would be important for her to not only to control her but bring more damage with the wrestling, as well as try to threaten with a bit more submissions, just to keep her either bring more damage with like some ground and pound, or threaten with submission just to keep Grasso from getting comfortable on the ground and getting back to her feet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I keep saying that. And I feel like she'll have to vary up her takedown shots. I mean, not do, because I feel like Grasso kind of got the gist of the takedowns that Valentina was going to try attempting in their fight. So I think Grasso will have to, vary up those takedowns with outside shots, meaning that shots like traditional wrestler would do from like, single legs, double legs, but also use the takedowns that were effective in her fight in the last fight, which were the clinch takedowns, as well as like all the takedowns that worked for him, basically. All just try to vary it up, just so Grasso isn't isn't anticipating for what is actually coming. Get her thinking more, which is always better to do. If a fighter's mind if a fighter's mind is like relaxed because they see everything coming and they know what you're gonna do, it's always easy. It's always easy for them to fight. Just make the fight harder by mixing things up. That's IQ, that's simple IQ. Another thing that I felt that there at times Val wasn't doing enough in the last fight. I felt that she should do more combo work. Don't give Grasso a chance to counter, because as I said earlier, she has surprising power. And to further that, like as I said before too, with her combos, vary up the combos, like 1-2 on the top, the calf kicks, 1-2 to a calf kick. Do all these things that will make Grasso think more. Not get her set for something that she thinks is coming and just switch it up in the last second and get hit with something else, Make her weary of all the attacks from everything, from the body to the leg. Beat her up all over so she's thinking, damn, where is this next punch or the kick coming? Just like that. Just like that, just like that, just like that. Now, I'm gonna get to my prediction. For this one, I feel I'm slightly more confident with my prediction. Confident and MMA confidence with the prediction means nothing, because as I've said before, like MMA is one of those sports, and this is one reason why I love watching it so much. You never truly know what's gonna happen until it happens. Because in fights, especially in mixed martial arts, because there's so many ways to win a fight, so many ways to end a fight. Things can happen in ways you didn't even see coming. And like literally with the first fight, that showed it. Alexa capitalized on a situation she saw, and she took it. The last fight, less so, because Val fixed that. She wasn't doing as much spinning-ish as she was usually. Now, though, I'm hoping that doesn't like limit Valentina in this fight. because they did in the last fight. I hope she doesn't come out too conservative, thinking that she has to go constantly for the ground for the takedown only. Nevertheless, in this fight, I'm kind of more confident in leaning with Valentina, simply because as much as Grasso improved in the last fight, I still thought Valentina improved enough where she won the fight. So I feel, even though Valentina is a bit older and Grasso is the younger fighter, I still feel Valentina has enough in the gas tank to win this fight, but also to not win it decisively, but win it enough where it isn't as close as last time. I'm not sure about that part, the last part I just said, but I feel Valentina is a safer bet, especially since she's the underdog. So if you are a betting person, I would put money on Valentina. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Also, if you guys want proper breakdowns from proper professionals who've watched and done this longer than I have, because remember, I only started watching MMA like 6 years ago. So as much as I've only gotten to truly understand the sport like last year. So if you want to get proper analysis, proper breakdowns, proper information about the sport, go to MMA On Point or go to Luke Thomas, because those are the two best in my opinion. MMA On Point is more for like the chilled out part of the MMA breakdown and stuff like that, where they're breaking it down for the layman in a sense. Where Luke Thomas, if you go in there, just know he's the pro's pro. Like he's the person you want to go to when you want to get deep analysis on the fight. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. I hope you watch the fights, because I'm going to be watching the fights. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out my next video, which will be the Canelo vs. Belal fight. Thank you.